Adam Smith is a Scottish moral philosopher and equally known as the founder of modern economics. His known works include The Theory of Moral Sentiments, written in 1759, and The Wealth of Nations, written in 1756. In The Theory of Moral Sentiments, Adam Smith lays out the foundations of the nature of man as a social being by linking moral philosophy and human nature to describe the way in which man as a social being interacts. He grounds moral philosophy around the idea of human sympathy. Smith argued that the desire for approval needs societies to function in a morally self-sustaining and self-regulatory way. Inasmuch as Smith believed in laissez-faire economics and the idea that the market should regulate itself, he equally believed that humans self-regulate through the intrinsic tendency towards approval and approbation. In a quote taken from Adam Smith's book, he highlights the fact that man naturally desires not to be loved, but to be lovely, or to be that thing which is the natural and proper object of love. He naturally dreads not only to be hated, but to be hateful, or to be that thing which is the natural and proper object of hatred. This quote further highlights the fact that the natural disposition of human beings is to win the approval of the masses. Adam Smith envisioned an eternal rule, something similar to the conscience called the impartial spectator. The impartial spectator was seen as central to human behavior, informing us on how other people will interpret our behavior and guiding us to make moral choices. Adam Smith highlights that the force of public approval therefore regulates human conduct and behavior so that people make choices to behave in a virtuous manner rather than take advantage of others for personal gain. In addition to the impartial spectator, Adam Smith highlights that the idea of relativism is largely linked to understanding the human nature. Relativism looks at the fact that the human being is also looking to act in accordance to a universal moral standard. This largely links to the overall idea that human interaction and human beings within society are largely driven by the desire for approval and are also driven by a desire for acceptance. A known metaphor within the book is known as the man within the breast. And the man within the breast has a large reflection on the idea of self-command. It raises questions about culture, education, and society, but most importantly, it leads us to the point where we understand that human beings examine their own behavior through the eyes of the society, highlighting once again that the human being examines their own conduct through being both an examiner and a judge. And it is from this premise they're able to self-command and therefore act in accordance to societal norms and act in accordance to what society will accept in their pursuit of acceptance and in their pursuit of self-love through being the impartial spectator. In conclusion, Adam Smith highlights the fact that moral development, identity formation, and self-consciousness are what he describes as the common human experience. It is the division of the impartial spectator driven by self-love and self-reflection, and the beast within us driven by the ability to self-command and control our actions, all in accordance to act in conjunction with the moral standard of society.